Hi, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Julie.
We're moms and we're super basic. We've got our drinks and we're ready to chat. Cheers.
Cheers.
Today is Friday, January 29th, and we're bringing you the highs and lows of what's happened this past week. To start, because we need something to get through this. What are you drinking?
The same shitty wine from the past few weeks. Uh, Update, this will be the last week that
I
I
was
drink.
gonna say, I'm like, when are you gonna be done this bottle? And every week that I come on to like put my stuff on here, I see this bottle of wine and I'm like, no, she's probably gonna change it. Like she's not drinking it again.
No, it was if it was good, it would be gone.
Okay, gotcha. I switched it up because I was gonna do a white Russian and then I'm like, I'm just so parched. So I'm just drinking water tonight. I'm just like, when you're just not in the mood.
Yeah, yeah. I had tea one time, remember? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And I was like, I don't really want tea because I don't want anything hot. I just
mm.
wanted water.
Oh yeah, that's the worst when you're like thirsty, but you only have warm beverage options because like that doesn't hit the spot.
Yeah. So it's nice ice water. It's
Mm.
doing it for me tonight.
Okay, so what's going on?
It's freezing here. Is it freezing there?
Yeah, I think so. What if I told you I haven't been outside since Sunday?
What day is it? Oh, that's quite a while.
I think. Have I? Yeah, I don't think I've even gone outside. Like, other than to get the mail.
Have the boys been outside?
Yeah, they go to cooking class on Tuesday night, and then a couple days Liam's gone out to play. But a lot of times when they go out to play, I'm still like working. So they're
Okay.
out back, but I'm inside.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
I think it's been at least I know on Sunday we went skiing and it was below 10 over
holy
the
moly.
weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's gotten much better.
Yeah, it's in the teens here.
Okay.
And it's supposed to go like 0 this weekend. It's supposed to be like frigid cold and we're supposed to get possibly snow.
Well, I can't wait to ski on Saturday if it's 0 degrees.
Yeah, so that's like in New Jersey. So I'm sure in
Yeah.
Vermont it's going to be even colder.
Yeah.
And then last Friday, so a week ago, I got my first dose of the vaccine.
Yeah. Tell us
Um,
what that was like.
so it was run by the National Guard. I went to Rowan, like a satellite campus of Rowan, near where our friend Val lives. And it was so like there's like you go here and then you walk down through there and you go to that checkpoint and you're showing them ID and or not ID like your QR code that you get and confirming your name and everything, and then you go to the next place and you show them your QR code again. It was just like so many steps.
Did it feel like you were in one of those like post-apocalyptic movies? Like what's that one where they like had everyone come into like a center and they were taking their temperatures?
Yep, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
I forget which one you're talking about. I feel like they all kind of do that
Yeah,
probably.
that happens in all of them at some point.
But yeah, that definitely had that kind of vibe to it. Um, So I got the first dose and it was fine. They did it my arm. My arm definitely hurt more than the flu shot that I typically get. But the next day on Saturday, I had like a headache, I had a fever, and I was really, really tired.
Oh, that stinks.
So I did have like the immune response to it. So I just got word they sent out like mass texts that if you got the first shot there, then I will be contacted in the next few days to set up my appointment for the second dose. So
And
that's
when should that be around? What's it like 3 weeks later?
so mine. They said I could get it like February 12th. So that was going to be like that's the first day I'm like the three
Yeah,
weeks.
so that's like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was like, happy birthday to me.
I know. I hope you don't feel shitty after it.
I know. So I'm like, okay, now I have to be mindful of that because they said after the second one you feel worse. So I'm like, okay, well that's not a good sign. Um, but I was fine. Sunday morning I woke up and I was fine. But I was just like, yeah, fever, really bad headache, and just really tired.
That
So
stinks.
so that was
Well,
great.
worth it not to get COVID.
Yeah, yeah. And since I've been back at work 2 weeks now, one of the glorious side effects of wearing a mask all the time is I have maskne. So like my cheeks like really breaking out and my forehead randomly. I just feel like it's just like trying not to touch my face. I'm like sitting like this maybe. I don't know. So I'm wearing like acne patches right now, but you probably can't see them.
No, not at all. Are those
Yeah, you
ones you
can't.
had before that like blend in with your
Yes,
skin and you can put the makeup over?
yes.
Nice.
They're amazing. So yeah, that's my week. What about you?
Well, we're in like the week before vacation prep
Mhm.
because we're going away next week. Um, so up here, which I was not used to when we moved here, they get Christmas break, but then they also get winter break, which
Mhm.
is usually the third full week in February.
Mhm.
But since we're homeschooling, we're taking it next week. We could pick whatever week we wanted to, and we figured if we want to ski, then we want to do it. Oh my gosh, my kids sound like WrestleMania upstairs. I don't know if you can hear that or not. But we decided that we'd do a ski trip like midweek, so it's less crowded anyway, cheaper lift tickets
Mhm.
midweek, and also like a week when schools around here weren't off, so they won't be busy. So
Yeah.
we're going to a different resort than the one that we live near. And we're going from Monday to Friday.
Nice.
And we rented like a condo that has like a kitchen. So we're bringing everything we need and don't have to go anywhere, don't have to see anyone, don't have to touch anything. It's ski on, ski off from the door. So, I mean,
Pretty sweet.
yeah. So I'm excited about it because it's basically we're just like lifting up our lives and moving it like 2 hours north, still in our own state. And our state has the lowest rates. We're lower than like Guam. So, I mean, we're doing pretty good here. We did have like a bit of a surge, but overall the state's doing like pretty well. So I'm not concerned because we're not going to a different state. And like I said, we're not going to be like going out for food and things like that because we have
Yeah.
a kitchen. Um, but what's really stressful about it is that I run my own business. So I can't, like, nobody can cover for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, like, even though I want to completely shut off for the week, at least I don't have to teach for the week. School,
That's true.
we're giving the kids off of school, but there's still certain tasks for work I'll have to do. I did tell people that give me like projects that I can't take any projects during the week, but there are
Mhm.
certain like tasks, I guess really just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that I have to do every week that I'll still have to do, and it won't take forever, but
Yeah.
it's
You
just one of
can't
those
like
things that like when you're a solo
freelance.
business, yeah, you can't, yeah, there's no one to cover for you. There's no one to pick up the slack or,
Yeah. To say like, don't worry about it. I got you.
yeah, yeah,
Move
yeah.
on. Um, so you can't like leave your computer at home and
No, I know. Whereas like Mike is going to, like, he's shutting his computer at the end of the
Mhm.
day tomorrow. He's not bringing it with us.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I can't do that. So
Yeah.
that's one of the downfalls. There's a lot of plus sides to freelancing, but
Mhm.
that's the downside.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I
But that's
also wrote that it's stressful because I have to pack for 3 people and Mike gets to pack for one person.
mom life.
I know, right? And he won't understand that. And I'll have to like plan the food and like what I'm going to make every day while we're there and like what we're bringing and if we're going to go to a supermarket closer. Like he doesn't even have to think about that.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, why are you stressed?
I know, right?
We're going on vacation.
Yeah. Oh, maybe because I still have to work and pack for 3 people and plan all our food. Okay.
Is he going to be standing at the door like with his one bag while you come down the stairs with like everyone else's stuff?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he will make sure that all of the ski stuff is in there.
Okay.
So that'll be good, at least. I don't have to worry about that. He's really good every weekend of having like the ski bag packed. Everyone's mittens, helmets, everything's in there.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So what has happened this past week?
A lot. There is so much stuff this week.
Okay.
So this is just like an ongoing story, right? This has been going on now for like weeks, whatever it is, with Kristen Cavallari, Jay Cutler, and the chick and the dude that I don't even know their names from
Boston
Southern Charm.
Madison.
Okay. Yeah.
So they both posted this picture beginning of this week on their Instagrams. So Kristen posted it, Jay posted it, same picture, same caption. The world is full of users, 10 years, can't break that. So naturally, everyone's like, oh my God, are they back together? What is going on?
There were some like comments and things that made it seem like they were back together. Someone commented on it, something like, and all is right again in Nashville. And I'm like, what? Like, that makes it seem like they're back together. So people were like wondering that, but it came down to people think it was a response to Madison using, everything between her and Jay to get herself more famous, right? And the night before they posted this, I believe, Madison did an Instagram live. Wait, am I saying the right name? Madison?
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, that's not her name. Okay.
No, you're right.
Madison did a Facebook Live where she made comments about Kristen's parenting, right? That's when it got like below the belt.
Yeah, she made comments about like basically insinuating that Kristen gets like drunk and parties at home while the kids are there. So that didn't sit right with these two. It seems as though this is their response to saying like, no, you're not going to like come in between our co-parenting, and talk bad about one or the other.
And then I do know that after they posted this, then Madison was like, okay, Jay, and posted like heavily edited text messages though, because you could see that he was saying something and she was clearly replying, but she was cutting out her replies.
Yeah, I'm not sure all of the texts were in there, and
there were definitely missing text.
You're like, that sounds like that response doesn't really go with what.
Like he'd say something and then immediately be like, okay, don't make a big thing out of it. And it's like, but there was nothing in between.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay. So we'll just see what, continues to happen here. I guess it's like Jay and Madison like are not going to be anything moving forward, it seems.
It does not seem like that.
She's beautiful, Madison.
She's so pretty. And that's what I think I was telling you in the group text and everyone about a meme that I saw where it was like one of the most unflattering photos of Jay Cutler. And there are a lot. Like, he does not look good from certain angles, right?
Yeah.
He's got bad angles. And it showed like Madison and Kristen. And it was like, imagine this is the prize that these two women are fighting over.
I know.
It's like, yeah. And I mean, not even based on just like looks, like he's also a pretty shit human.
He's what?
He's a pretty shit human. No?
Yeah.
Like, I think, okay, I thought he was really funny on the show, but since then he seems like ultra like right wing. No?
See, I don't know enough about him.
I mean, I could be wrong. I could just be making assumptions from his Instagram, but
yeah. And is it even his Instagram? No one knows.
Yeah. It used to be run by Kristen, but now it's him, because his stories are very him now. They're always him cooking and hunting.
No, yeah, I don't I don't know, like him, like more than watching him on the show and just thinking he was like really sarcastic, and that I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
But
I
um,
agree with that.
I did see something about Madison, and she like tagged her plastic surgeon in the bikini
I
picture.
saw that too. Like, and right on her boobs. Like,
Yeah.
not, no, yeah,
I was like, I love that she like owned it like that.
yeah,
I
that was
was
awesome.
dying. But okay, well, we will continue to bring you the breaking news of Jay Cutler and Kristen Cavallari.
Okay. So the next story is that JoJo Siwa came out, which is kind of crazy if you think about like where we are compared to like where we were when we were that age. Because
Hmm.
she's like right in, well, she's a teenager, but like kids, my kids' age, my kids are 7 and 8, well, almost 7 and 8. And kids their age like love her, like love her
Hmm.
music, go to her shows, all that stuff. And I just think back to like when we were that age, like 7 or 8, and if someone that was, I can't, who was like a teenage star when we were 7 or 8, I can't think of who, I don't know, maybe like Sabrina the Teenage Witch or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
like
if one
Jonathan
of
Taylor
them,
Thomas.
yeah, that would have been like right around them.
Mhm.
If someone had come out at that point, it would have been like such a controversy. And I feel
Mhm.
like um I'm just like so happy for her that she's living in a time where she can come out and it's not that big of a deal, but also very concerned for the people that are going to make it a big deal.
Mhm.
Because you know some moms are gonna
Yeah.
be awful. And then also that she was confident enough knowing that she's gonna get hate. Like she must have such a good support system.
Hmm.
It's just like it's an interesting story from all the perspectives of like having kids the age group that like really idolize her, and then also thinking of it like as a mom, like her mom must be having like such a heart attack about like seeing the comments that people are going to say about her.
Yeah, like you want to like protect them
Yeah,
and make them feel supported, but you can't protect them from like the internet. And that's
I,
like such, I think, like as a parent and seeing like as a counselor, seeing how it does happen to kids and how they get like harassed on the internet, like you're just, I mean, it's like you said, it's got to be scary and like you can't stop it, especially being such a public figure, you know?
mhm.
But good for her. And yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy that I haven't seen much bad about it. I
Mhm.
don't know about you, but I haven't gone deep in any comments on any posts because I'm sure it's all over the comments. But as far as
Yeah.
like articles and stuff, I haven't seen any negativity about it, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Lots of baby news. Not
Yes.
lots, too. So Halsey announced that she's pregnant, and
And
it's
release
adorable. But
these I said, and she released these her pregnancy shoot photos.
yeah, the pics are a little different. I was a
She's
little like,
different. Like she's
oh,
always
yeah.
got something different going on with her hair and her makeup. Like Kevin and I joke, like she never looks the same in any pictures.
No, but her face is so gorgeous. Like she
Oh yeah.
always looks so gorgeous. But
Hmm.
I was wondering, how far along is she? Have they said that, or can you guess from that?
So I think they said that she's been friends with her boyfriend for a long time, but they got together in October. Is that?
Yeah, I've seen pictures of them together dating back to like 2019. But as far as being like an official couple, I think I
Yeah.
heard October. But
I mean, by her belly, I would guess that she was like 6 months.
yeah, I was like, at the first time I looked, I'm like, oh, how cute. Like, she's not that far along. But then I was looking at it and I'm like, she looks low already. Like,
Well, but she's really tiny naturally. So my guess would be 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for her. I also saw that she had publicly spoken about miscarriage before. So, like,
Oh,
the caption had a rainbow. So I'm
oh,
very happy
gotcha.
for her, like, that she's, having clearly a healthy pregnancy. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And I'd be very curious about a baby name for this one.
Yeah, I know.
right?
Well, do you think is Halsey her real name?
No, 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 no. That's not a real name. What is it?
What's her real name?
It's something like, Stephanie, right? That's Lady Gaga's real name, isn't it? Stephanie.
Yeah,
I feel like it's something like that. Is
like
it
Haley, or like, and she just goes by Halsey.
is it Francesca maybe? I
Do
don't
I have
know.
to Google while we're on
It's
here?
something very normal, I think.
Why should be like Jennifer?
Jessica. No, she's too young to be a Jessica, right?
Ashley.
Ashley. That's totally normal. And then finally, after 4 months, Gigi Hadid released her baby's name, and it was not a surprise to anyone.
Mm-mm.
So all of the rumors have been that it was Kai, though every rumor I saw spelled it without the H, Kai.
Okay.
So it's Khai, which is a variation of both her sister's middle name and her grandmother's name. So her sister's middle name came from their grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah. And she released it in the most interesting way possible. She simply changed her Instagram bio to Kai's mom instead of anything else.
This is like how, remember when we all had like MySpace
Mm.
and you used to like change your relationship status on MySpace? Like that's how you announce that you were in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's like what this is now.
Yeah, she just changed it to Kai's mom, and everybody lost their shit that that's how she told people.
Did you see the pictures where people like zoomed in on like,
Yes.
and I was
So
like,
apparently back in November, and I like looked at the zoomed in picture and even like pinched and could not see the name
yeah,
on
I
the
was like,
damn
I'm
bucket.
not, like,
Yeah.
how do you, yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
people
So
even
apparently there
found
was a
that.
bucket under her Christmas tree with the name on it.
Yeah.
No clue. And then also there have been a few pictures of Zayn's wrist where he has a tattoo with the
Mhm.
name on his wrist, but it's in Arabic, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So you'd have to like know Arabic to like decipher it, but no one said anything. And those pictures have been up since like December, I believe.
Huh. Well, now the mystery is solved.
Okay.
Mm.
So just a couple quick updates. It's official, Courtney and Travis are together.
We were
So
right.
I know we were right. Um, Excited, love this couple. Love
Yeah.
it. Happy about it.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, I don't really, when I talk about this stuff, I have no idea if I'm right or not. But I feel like Travis is a more appropriate, like, age match. They're close in age, but like maturity wise, appropriate for
Yeah,
her.
and probably just also with like, yeah, like maturity, but like where they're at with their lives, right? Because he's got like kids, they live in the same town, like they probably like do similar things. Like,
Yeah. They're like in the same stage
yeah.
of life.
I'm excited to see pictures of them together because I would love to see like their chemistry.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. And then just another Britney Instagram update.
Brittany shocked the world today when she did this.
So,
Um, she posted another dancing video, but this time
oh,
she
yeah.
was dancing to a Justin Timberlake song and she tagged him in it.
It's like she doesn't know how to use the internet, which is possible. She doesn't know how to use the internet. Imagine being Justin Timberlake's wife and being like, you're like basically the equivalent of like high school ex-girlfriend from 20 years ago
Mhm.
tagged you in an Instagram post of her dancing to your song. Like, what?
I feel like, and I don't know if this is mean, I feel like they're probably laughing at it. Do you think they're
No, I
laughing?
don't think so because um I think that if anything, he's like scared and sad for her. I don't think he's laughing at her like what a loser or
No,
anything.
no, no, no. I mean, like laughing at it, like, oh my gosh, like,
No, I feel like honestly, I feel like if I were Justin and like knowing her family and how she was
yeah.
before everything, I think he's probably like, oh my gosh.
So I think the next question here is he gonna reply?
No, God, no. I don't think so because if he replies, that makes him almost like aware to the fact, like then he has to like take a stance. Like, do you think she really runs her own account? Is she heavily medicated? Like, do you know what I mean? If he replies, he addresses it, and then he's pulled in, I feel like. Also, did you watch her dancing to it? It's like not great. Like it looks unhinged. I feel so bad for her.
It's very interpretive.
Even the faces, like, okay, so this is a screenshot, and I had to like multiple times stop and start, 20 seconds worth of trying to stop and start to get some sort of image that didn't look terrible. This is the one that didn't look terrible.
The comments on this are amazing also. You need to, like, if you're, you just want to scroll through some things, go and read the comments on this, because people are coming up with like the best replies. Because there was one that was like, she should dance to Cry a River.
Well, that's the other thing I was thinking. Isn't Holy Grail, or am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of the Mirror one is definitely all about Jessica Biel, and I'm like, that's weird to dance to this song about his current wife.
Wait, Holy
Grail is? No, I think it's Mirror, and they both kind of came out around the same time.
Oh yeah. But Cry Me a River is the one that's about
about her. That would,
So, another story we're going to be following closely.
I know. If he were to comment, I would be very interested. But like I said, I don't think he will, because I think that opens up a floodgate of then he'll be asked about it constantly, what he thinks and all of that.
Yeah, I get that. So it's probably better that he doesn't respond or do anything.
Oh my gosh, wait. So I didn't put this because I listen to it all the time. As like something that I listened to this week, but now that we're talking about Justin Timberlake, I should bring up that this week or last week he was interviewed on Armchair Expert with Dax.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and it's really, Dax gets serious, and Justin Timberlake loves an opportunity to show his serious side, I feel like. But they also talked about that infamous Punk'd, where they told him that. Well, I forget what was even happening. They were like,
they told him he was like tax fraud or something, and like
he like lost all his money in his house and everything, even like the dogs.
Dax was on that. I completely
So Dax was on it. So they talked about that for like a long time in the episode. But what I didn't know at the time, because we were like 14 and would have been devastated if we thought this, he was like stoned out of his mind. Like, he was out with a friend that day who knew what was going on at the house and got him like super high. So, and as he's like retelling what happened, I'm picturing like the scenes of him like sitting there on the curb, like, and it's like, oh my God, he was so high. How did I not know this? Now I know he was high. Yeah, like he kept like holding his head, remember?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna have to listen to that episode.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this.
Yeah. Okay. So on the blog this week, I finally wrote my review of Allie's book. Allie was on the show back in December when her book launched. And I did read it like very quickly back in December, but then with the holidays and everything like that, I never got around to actually writing a write-up review of the book. So I finally did. If you want to know all my thoughts on the book, head to the blog, also buy the book.
Sounds good. And if you want to hear the live chat with her, we have that show back in December.
Yeah, and I can link it here too.
Okay.
Right. So, lots of books here. So, for me at least, I listen to the same podcast every week. Every now and then I'll put up like one of them. Obviously, Armchair Expert is one of them. And I've been invested in ER for a long time now. There are 15 seasons and we are on season 10. And then occasionally I take a break from ER. Well, not even a break. We watch ER and then Mike usually goes to bed at like 8:30-ish. And because he loves to get up early. I don't know how he does it. Fucking weirdo. Getting up at like 4 in the morning for fun. And then sometimes I'll watch something afterwards. Like on Tuesday nights, I'll watch The Bachelor, and every now and then I'll pick a show to stream or watch or whatever. So I don't have much new in like the podcast TV show arena, but I do still buy books constantly. And this week, what got delivered was No One Asked for This by Kazi David, who is Larry David's daughter.
Okay.
And also famously dated Pete Davidson, like up until he started dating Ariana Grande.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she's the one, I don't know if you remember this, but like they had been dating and no one even really knew they broke up. They had been dating for like 5 years or something.
Oh, wow.
Her and Pete Davidson. And no one even knew they broke up. And then all of a sudden he started getting like photographed with Ariana Grande. And she was like completely MIA off of social media. And then I believe Pete and Ariana got engaged. And then she like came back. And like the whole internet was like crazy when Pete and Ariana were dating. And she came back and posted, it was like, hey, I just got back from Africa. What's going on? It's like the funniest thing ever. But I also heard her on a podcast. She was on Comments by Celebs, I think.
Okay.
And they talked about some of like the chapters in the book and how funny they were. And she's just like really funny. Obviously, I don't think you can be Larry David's daughter and not have an awesome sense of humor. So I got the book and I haven't started yet because I'm not quite done the first book in the Bridgerton series, though I'm very close to finished it.
Okay.
But then I'll start this because my book number 2 doesn't come until February 24th.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I finished book 2. Loved it. It was so good. And they have an epilogue at the end, which fast forwards 15 years. So you kind of get some tidbits of
what's going on with other people.
Yeah. Which is like, okay, well now I have to read the next one.
Did you go back and do 1? Because 1 is so different from the show.
Okay. So because I'm also reading and talking through these books with people I work with, they finished 2 and went on to 3. So now I have to read 3 before I go back to 1.
Well, I would recommend going back to 1 because there are a lot of big differences.
Really?
In the book and the show. I mean, I guess they don't like matter going past book 1, but yeah, there's a few really, really, really pivotal differences. Aside from the fact that 90% of the characters from the show are not in book 1. Literally.
Wait. Oh, really? I could see that. I could see them having to like introduce like more than they would in the book, the characters. Yeah. Well, because otherwise it would just be 2 people.
Right. And they would have to do that to make it like an ensemble cast so that when they do other seasons, it's not like the first season was literally just the Duke and Daphne.
Yeah.
And now here, meet this new person that you had no experience with. So like I get why they did that, but there's whole people that are dead in the book that aren't dead in the show. Characters that don't even exist in the book. Like every single thing having to do with the dressmaker and the dress shop. Nothing. Not a single mention. They don't even name the dress shop in the book. Like that's totally not even in it at all.
Interesting.
And another extremely main character is just not even in it. And another one is dead.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, what? They really changed a lot.
Okay.
Also, the whole premise. Let me back that up too. No, not the whole premise. I don't want to give anything away, but in the movie, the whole ruse, or in the show, the whole ruse was Daphne's idea, right? That they
Yeah.
It's the Duke's idea in the book.
Oh, interesting.
Right, which kind of like changes a lot.
Well, so what they've touched on in book two is that Daphne, and I think we actually said this last week, that she was actually in her like second season.
Oh yeah, so they do all their ages too. This is another thing that's crazy.
Hmm.
In the book, Daphne's in her third season. She's had two
Okay.
unsuccessful seasons, and she and Colin are only 1 year apart and are super close. And Eloise and Francesca are like 13 and 14.
Oh,
So
wow.
Daphne's like 19, Colin's 20, and then the next two are like 13, 14, where I feel like in the show they make it like Daphne and Eloise are only like a year
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because Eloise is supposed to come out like the next season.
apart. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
And I
so
didn't get the impression that her and Colin were super close in age. I actually, and I should have known this.
no, they said in the show that Colin was 1 year older
Than
than
Daphne.
Daphne on the show.
Okay. But I guess I also thought that Eloise was only 1 year younger, whereas she's
Yeah.
really like 6 years younger. Five years younger, maybe. Oh, and then Benedict. So it's almost like they were all born in pairs with like, I don't know, does the second novel, or are you're listening?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the first book, they have a family tree with the years they were supposed to be born.
Okay.
So Anthony and Benedict are like 28 and 27. Then
Okay.
it's
That
like
makes
a
sense.
4 year difference. Then it's Colin and Daphne are like, so what would that be? Maybe they're 27 and 26, and then 22 and 21 or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
then there's like another 5 year gap. Then it's Eloise and Francesca. Then like another big gap, and then Gregory and Hyson.
Yeah. So yes, no, that is accurate based on what I've read too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say in the Viscount Who Loved Me, which is Antony's story, they go over the father in depth. So by the time you
Oh,
finish
okay.
that book, you'll know everything that happened with the father.
Okay, yeah, because we don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
in
so in, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say in the third book, which is An Offer from a Gentleman, it's about Benedict.
Yeah. And I think in the show he was one of my favorites. And
Hmm.
they barely even mention him in the first book. There's like occasional times where he's hanging out with like Anthony and Colin. Colin gets a little bit more like time because him and Daphne are so close. Eloise, Francesca, Gregory, Hyson, they maybe mentioned their names once or twice. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the books are really focusing on just like the
Just,
main character of the book at that time,
yeah.
and then their story. And like, you get here bits and pieces of like the family dynamic or whatever's happening, or, if they went to one of the balls or something like that. But it's really just focused on whoever its season is.
Yeah, yeah,
But loving them,
yeah.
really good. And be sure to join us for our Bridgerton book club in
Yes.
the story.
Okay. Moving on. Accounts to follow. All right. I'll go first.
Okay.
Since I didn't talk too much about it this week. Watching The Bachelor, loving it. So much drama. This is my first season watching The Bachelor. So I've been listening to the Bachelor podcast and following them on Instagram. Obviously, it's put out by Betches, which I love. I love Betches, everything Betches. But some great meme content from Victoria and Anna and Brittany and everything going on The Bachelor, and listen and follow because it's a series.
Yeah, I mean, no, we didn't get to talk about it, but I did see that they added new girls, and he's really into the Michelle girl.
Yeah, and honestly, she should win. If she doesn't win, I'm going to be confused. They had the most like natural connection I've seen on this show between any two people. I'm only 2 seasons in now. Like I watched one season of The Bachelorette and then this, but they just like I don't know if you've seen all the memes and articles and stuff about him being a really awkward kisser. Like he kisses
Yeah.
with his eyes open. And a lot of times it seems like the girls are like backing away from him. Him and Michelle, they just, everything about it makes sense. And they seem really good together. And there's actual chemistry, not like, I'm going to kiss him because I'm on the show and I have to. And
Yeah, because that's what I should just do next.
yeah. So I think
Okay.
if she doesn't win, I'll be surprised.
She doesn't what?
If she doesn't win, I mean, not that he's surprised, but like, if she doesn't win, I'll be surprised.
Okay. Alrighty. I found this new follow, Bubbles and Belly Laughs, because I was looking for some Valentine's Day crafts for the boys, and they have this really cute one. You can kind of see it down in the bottom left of the feed. You use glue, so you could like white glue, like in a like little squeezy, and you can like make a picture with it, and then cover it with salt. And then if they use like a like paint, like wet the paintbrush with like a color paint, and then if you put like a little dab of it on the salted glue basically, or the glue that's covered in salt, it like feeds it, like kind of like spreads down.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really cool. So I mean, she's got tons of stuff on there, just different sensory stuff and like little activities and things to make and stuff, but that one I was like, wow, like I get stuck in watching reels. Like
Wait, time out though. Do you do it when it's still wet or when the glue and the salt dry?
I think either or. I mean, it would probably be best to do it when it's dry so the glue doesn't move all over, but it's just the salt that kind of like pulls the color.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So definitely check them out for some activities. And we'll probably be making some Valentine's Day slime in the coming weeks because that's Jackson's new favorite thing to do. We throw it away when we're done.
I was going to say, and how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I just toss in the trash can.
Okay, your favorite meme?
Okay, so I've been loving these memes about just like how chain restaurants will be better at doing things.
Yeah.
So this one was put Spirit Halloween in charge of pop-up vaccine clinics. And then someone replied, abandoned warehouse, it's a clinic now. Empty parking lot, it's a clinic. Left your garage unattended for 8 hours, clinic.
That's so true though. Those the Spirit Halloweens, they pop up in like a weekend.
Yeah, then they're gone.
And then they're gone. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so I put this in last night before I saw a meme today that was exactly what I should have put in. But this one says, why am I still ordering clothes? Where am I going? And this is so true because I can't stop ordering clothes and I'm not leaving my house, as I said earlier.
Yes, completely agree. And I know we talked about this in our group chat today, and our friend Val was like, my mom sent me a picture of her dress, and I just said, why?
So true though. Wait, but so there was one that was better. It was the one about podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it says, I was listening to a podcast the other day, ... Someone about to tell you some half-remembered, unconfirmed bullshit. Like, everything that comes out of my mouth starts with, I was listening to a podcast the other day. Sometimes I'll throw in the name of the podcast, to be fair.
Yeah, that's totally you.
Yeah. Okay. That's everything.
Yes.
Record time.
Well, thank you for joining us for another week of Mom Chats. We hope we've got you up to speed now, and we will be checking in next time. Not next week.
I'm on vacation. Yeah.
In 2 weeks, you can catch up with us, and hopefully there's not too much to catch up on. But see you next time. Bye.